Ooh. Welcome in, sports fans. How you doing this morning? Are you excited? Are you hyped? I know your boy is. Your boy is pumped. A little wake up news today. Woke up to the headline of DeAndre Hopkins going to Kansas City. Talk about a way to wake up. Woo. Your boy is pumped. Kansas City Chiefs needed the wide receiver help. Needed it. Needed it bad. In a bad way, they need wide receiver. Look, 4 active wide receivers on his roster going into this weekend is risky. It's dicey, a little sketchy to it. Right? You don't the Chiefs typically be so far down in the wide receiver room. And they went out and got their guy. Got him. DeAndre Hopkins. The NFL fans are going to go nuts over this. The rich just keep getting richer. That's what we're seeing here. That's what happened today, which is a great day. Big fan of the 23rd of October. Always get good news on the historically. I'll put it to you this way. This day is circled on the calendar well before this even happened. It's just one of those additional things that make the Kansas City Chiefs great. Look at this. What a way to deliver, Brett Veach. What a way to deliver DeAndre Hopkins to the Kansas City Chiefs. This is someone who, when he signed with the Titans, I was jealous. I wanted him bad. Like I was just pumped for it. It's just crazy to think about. See if there's any other. Look, I got to that one headline. I made it to one headline and had to go live. Didn't even check the other headlines. Again, according to Adam Schefter, it's happening. The Titans and the Chiefs are finalizing a trade that would send wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins to the Kansas City Chiefs. Bam. 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 How about that? How about that? Like, that is just crazy to think about. Just big news for the Kansas City Chiefs. Speaking of news, we do want to give a shout out to Andy Dalton and his family. The Panthers quarterback was involved in an automobile accident in Charlotte, North Carolina. According to a team spokesman, he was traveling with his wife, 3 kids, and a dog. Nobody was transported by by paramedics. But Dalton will be evaluated by the team medical personnel. So shout out to the Daltons. Hopefully nobody got hurt or nothing like that. So we'll get with it. But today, we want to talk about Week 8. We are going into Week 8 of NFL. We just want to talk about all the leaders. Who's leading the NFL? Let's talk about the power rankings. What teams are the best teams in the NFL? In the NFL. It's a crazy thing to think about. Now, look at Johan Rivera being the first commenter. Hi, back to you. I hope you're doing well this morning. We are going over NFL news. We're talking a little power rankings, you need to pay attention to this. Chiefs. Yes, let's go Chiefs. Did you hear about DeAndre Hopkins? Have you heard the news, sir? Or ma'am? I don't want to offend anybody, but did you hear the news? I'm gonna guess you're just because you're watching this show. I'm gonna take the assumption statistically you're probably a dude, according to the analytics. But we get a few females, so you never know. Just a little lopsided. But the Tennessee Titans will be trading DeAndre Hopkins to the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, they needed it. They needed it. Let's get into this power rankings. Now, the only undefeated team in the NFL is Kansas City Chiefs. You might call me a homer for picking Chiefs number one, but it's the only undefeated team. It's the only undefeated team right now. Give me 1 second. We're going to do a little audio fix. Bam. Already back. How about that? We'll be trying to use headphones. Trying to give y'all a little better audio here. See if we can't fix our audio situation. Hopefully this will work out a little bit better. We'll see what it does. But I appreciate the heads up that the audio was a little funky. Trying to make this a little bit better. Shout out to the Chiefs and DeAndre Hopkins. What a way to go. Now, if you're going to ask me what are the top teams in the NFL, these would be the guys that I put on my top teams. Number one, the Kansas City Chiefs. Number two, the Detroit Lions. Number three, the Baltimore Ravens. Number four, the Minnesota Vikings. Number five, the Green Bay Packers. Believe that or not, it's crazy. Number six is going to be the Houston Texans. How about the Houston Texans? Number seven, I'd probably go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Somehow, some way, just continue to win. It's crazy to think about. Number eight, I would go with the Atlanta Falcons. And let me see. Number nine, I would probably go Buffalo Bills. Number 10, I'm going to sneak in. I kind of want to sneak in the 49ers, but I'm a little bit higher on the Seattle Seahawks. I just truly am. I'm not going to lie to y'all. And I think it's a way better improvement. It's just going to be your top teams. Those are your power rankings. Those are the teams you're starting to look at for the playoffs. Like it's crazy to think about. Now let's pull up some of the stats. See who our regular season guys are. See who these big kahunas are leading the league. And some of them are going to surprise you. These names are not going to be the names you expected. I know I was shocked. I had a little bit of shock when I looked at the passing leaders. When I realized who is leading the NFL, there's going to be some names There's going to be some names on this list that shock you. And what's really going to shock you is how far down Sir Patrick Mahomes currently is. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. All right. Your passing leaders in the NFL. These are going to be your top quarterbacks by yardage. And the guy with the most yards in the NFL is Baker Mayfield. Oh, Baker Mayfield. Currently sitting at 1,859 yards. Baker Mayfield is the quarterback the Browns thought they could improve on. They said, you know what, we can do better than Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield ain't nothing. This is light work. We'll get Deshaun Watson. We'll be a good team. Well, look how the cards have turned. All of a sudden, Baker Mayfield is leading the league, and you're looking at Deshaun Watson possibly playing his last game, possibly even in the NFL. Look, let's be honest. Who wants Deshaun Watson back after that Achilles injury? Not me. Not me. You didn't want Deshaun Watson before the Achilles injury, if we're going to be completely honest. You didn't want it. And now we're looking at it. Number 2 on the list, Brock Purdy. Number 3, Kirk Cousins. Number 4, Lamar Jackson. Y'all remember that quarterback that can't throw the ball? Y'all remember those accusations on Lamar Jackson? Currently top 5 in passing. Currently top 5 in passing the ball. It's crazy what happens when you get some wide receivers. He has 2 in the top 25. Look, the reason why Jackson kept winning these titles of MVP is because he kept doing more with less. More with less. That's just pretty much what we got to call him at this point. Mr. More with less. That's what Lamar Jackson be steady doing. We see it. Top 5 numbers. These are the quarterbacks below Lamar Jackson. Geno Smith, Joe Burrow, C.J. Stroud, Aaron Rodgers, Jared Goff's below him. Josh Allen's below him. Pat Mahomes, Sam Darnold. Like every quarterback that you want to point to, everyone you want to point to is magically below Lamar Jackson. I bet you most people couldn't even name. Look, there's 3 quarterbacks ahead of Lamar Jackson, and none of them are like blow you away quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield, Brock Purdy, Kirk Cousins. And look, Geno Smith being in the top 5 is nuts too. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how crazy it is that Geno Smith is out here putting up these numbers. And let's not be confused. He's what? Less than 100 yards away from Baker Mayfield. He's like 75 yards away from old Baker Mayfield. I think it's 76 if I can do the math quickly in my head. 76 yards away from being the top guy. Shout out Geno Smith. But it's still the craziest part to me has got to be the fact that Lamar Jackson is top 5 in passing, and no one wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to mention how they got that one wrong. Oh, look at Val talking about don't forget to hit that like button. Listen, folks, you got to listen to the fans. They're out here giving you advice. You hit the little likey button, all of a sudden I get a little more popular. You ain't got to, we don't ask for much to support us. We just ask you to hit the like and subscribe. So shout out to Val for busting in the comment. Let's get into rushing. These rushing leaders are a little more predictable. We're seeing a little bit more of what you thought you would see. Leading the league, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is leading the league by more than 200 yards. By more than 200 yards halfway through the season. Not even halfway. If we're going to be technical, you still got a whole nother game and a half till halfway. Could he hit 2,000 yards on the season? That's really the question. That is the question. Can Derrick Henry hit 2,000 yards? As long as run is 87, he's currently just destroying it with 8 touchdowns. His yard per average is 6.5 yards. Talk about a fantastic addition to this Baltimore Ravens team. You could not pair up a better running back than you could with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. Look, we see top 5 passing yards from Lamar Jackson, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see him somewhere on this list for yardage too. Yep, there we go. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So not only is Lamar Jackson putting up number 1 or, top 5 passing yardage, he's putting up top 15 running yardage. It's a double package. It is a double package. Jordan Mason is currently sitting second with 667 yards. And that's real interesting because the 49ers do have CMC. They do have the package to be up there. They do have a 2 monster at running back in San Francisco if CMC can get healthy. Big asterisk there. Another interesting one, Saquon Barkley, number 3 in leading the league in rushing. Currently sitting at 658 yards, so just barely behind Mason. Look, it's a nice addition for Philly. They needed it. Jacobs is on the list with Green Bay, which is just turned out to be a great fit. Chiefs for the Super Bowl. Shout out to anonymous character. Chiefs for the Super Bowl. That's right. Here, I don't know if you've heard the breaking news. Kansas City Chiefs will be getting DeAndre Hopkins from the Titans. That's right, folks. The rich have just got richer. That's all that's happened. That's all that we've seen. It's excellent to do. Excellent. Great to see. Great pickup. Chuba Hubbard out there in Carolina putting in some work. Then we see James Conner, Bijan Robinson, J.K. Dobbins. Just nice to see him excel in yards. He's the first one on this list with less than 100 attempts. And Najee Harris is below him with more, by the way. There are guys on the list that are well behind him. So it's nice to see J.K. Dobbins. It says, if the Ravens. Yeah, those are probably two clear-cut favorites in NFL from the AFC, right? The only 3 teams that I really find competitive in the AFC is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs, the Baltimore Ravens, and the Houston Texans. Those are going to be your 3 teams to worry about in the AFC. And then in the NFC, I think they're going to go Detroit Lions. Let's see Kansas City Chiefs versus Detroit Lions matchup. My co-host thinks it's the Packers. And really, once you get out of those 2 names, what in the NFC do you really find heavily competitive? Which ones make you think, oh, good lordy, whoa, they can get it done? That's a question. It's a question. I mean, Do I think Atlanta can get it done? No. San Francisco 49ers on paper should be able to get it, but they're running out of players quickly, fast. They have the same problem Leafs are having. Just injury after injury. Brandon Ayuk done for the year. You're missing that. Why can't I? Oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. Your other wide receiver, he's got the flu. I remember he's got the flu, but I can't remember his name. Deebo Samuels. There we go. Sometime he'll come back to you. Oh, Deebo Samuels. You're missing Deebo Samuels with the flu. You got Kittle injured. You're missing CMC. Look, the 49ers are banged up. I have trouble making leap all the way to the 49ers in this situation. It just leaves you the Lions, the Bears. The Cowboys on paper should be there. They're not. Philadelphia is a playoff team, but not a Super Bowl team. I'm going to say the same thing for Tampa Bay. They're a probably playoff team. They're not a Super Bowl team. Look, we're down to a handful of possibilities, in my opinion. Not even halfway through the season, how it's going to go. We see it. This is bold predictions. But look, these are the predictions we made preseason. We can spot this before the season starts. Only team the Minnesota Vikings need to be that conversation. The Super Bowl team for NFC will come out of the NFC North. There is no doubt about it in mind. It's just amazing what they can do. It's amazing what the NFC North can really put together. And look, the Bears are not even complete trash. Not a great team, but they're completely trash. The NFC North is probably the most competitive division in football right now. It's that or the AFC North, right? And even the AFC North has got question marks around it. I think it's clearly the NFC North. The AFC North, you get the Baltimore Ravens, so you have a mirror team, right? And then Cincinnati's been underwhelming. Browns ain't nothing. What are we really talking about here? You got the Steelers. They're doing pretty good. They're a playoff team. Steelers will make the playoff team. Probably as a wild card. My co-host, Dude with a Beard, did say preseason they would win the North, which I thought was wild. And it is a head race with the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Because Ravens lost a couple dumb games, they are direct competition with the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have now some way to really pick. I criticized them. I judged. I said, how in God's green earth are you picking Russell Wilson over Fields? And watching that game, I guess we see why. Look, there's a couple of scrambles that I think Justin Fields definitely would have taken advantage of. You saw offensive line break down, and when that happens, Justin Fields runs. He knows, like in Chicago, his whole style, really. If we're going to be honest, that's Justin Fields' style. It's not limited to just what he did in Chicago. But Russell Wilson stays in the pocket. Won't run. At this point, the question is if he even knows how. I question if he even knows how to run. Doubtful. And again, if you're just up, folks, I know we got a lot of people joining us now. I'm going to hit this headline again. Hit it again. the Kansas City Chiefs are trading for DeAndre Hopkins. Tennessee Titans will be trading DeAndre Hopkins to the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm gonna guess it's probably for a second or third. It's not going to be crazy expensive. I'm going to go ahead and guess that the Tennessee Titans said, sure, we'll eat some of that cap. The Chiefs don't have Raiders third round pick, but they do have a different one. They did. I think they actually had Tennessee, so maybe Tennessee's their third round pick back. Basically, this will go out to where it was L'Jarius Sneed for DeAndre Hopkins. And look, DeAndre Hopkins, when he signed for Tennessee, I wanted him for my Kansas City Chiefs. I truly did. I said, it'd be a great fit. DeAndre Hopkins with Pat Mahomes will be interesting to watch. It'll be interesting to see how quickly he can learn his playbook. He's a smart guy, though. I got no concerns about old Andre Hopkins. Smart guy, big guy. It'll be a great addition. It's needed at this point. Let's talk about your league-leading wide receivers. These are the guys that are absolutely destroying it as wide receivers. Number one on the list, Jamar Chase, 620 yards. 620 yards being the number one wide receiver in the NFL right now. And next is going to be Chris Godwin, who I believe was just injured with Tampa. So that's going to be 5.76. So, about a 45-yard difference there between Chase and Chris Godwin. Nico Collins, I don't know, that was so hard for me to pronounce, is sitting there third. Justin Jefferson with Darnold there being number four. 530 yards, just under 100-yard difference between Jefferson and Jamar Chase. And remember, folks, this is a contract year for Jamar Chase. He wants it. He wants it bad. He wants it bad. He wants that bad. Look, that price is just going up and up and up. He set new high score. He already said he wanted one, and now we're going for a new top level. There's some other names that are noticeable. Brian Thomas in Jacksonville, sitting at 113 minutes. That is going to be your top five. And then notable mentions, Trey Hendon in Atlanta, Brock Bowers in Vegas, which kind of surprising. Let's be honest. There's not a lot going on there in Vegas. And, it's improving. George Pickens being a top 10 guy. How about that? Big addition with Russell Wilson. Probably jumped a few names on that list. DK Metcalf is there. CeeDee Lamb, Wilson, Terry McLaurin. Oh, Scary Terry. Look, did you all watch our fantasy football advice show? They had Terry McLaurin as like the 20th best wide receiver. I told you that I performed that. I done you. That was those steals. That was like a free 1,000-yard guy. That's what you're looking at. So Jamar Chase probably on pace for about 1,500 yards on the season. And that will lead the NFL, which is kind of a down number if we're going to be completely honest. We are used to seeing it much higher than that. So shout out to them. Yeah, that's going to be your wide receiver leaders in the NFL. And again, let's do the top 10 teams again. I like doing that. If I hit this, I'm gonna lay back for myself to see if I hit the same list. See if I possibly could do it in a row. So your number one team is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs. Your number two team is going to be the Baltimore Ravens. Your number three team is going to be the Detroit Lions. Your number four team is going to be the Minnesota Vikings. Your number five team is going to be the Houston Texans. Your number 16 team will be the number 6. Who should we go with number 6? This will be interesting to watch the playback. I gotta change it up. Number 6, let's go Pittsburgh. Why not? You can't beat them. I know I can. Number 7, the Buffalo Bills. Number 7, Green Bay Packers. Number 8, Buffalo Bills. Number 9, let's go Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And number 10, who's the last fringe little playoff team? Let's go San Francisco 49ers. I'm going to put a little respect on the name, even though they're dubbed up. Big asterisk around that. We'll see. We might even move Seattle in because they're actually healthy at this point. But I question if Seattle can beat the 49ers. I think the 49ers should still win the NFC Northwest. They should still have that West locked up. It'll be interesting. It'll be exciting, folks. That's going to be your power rankings. Again, let's hit some headlines real quick. The big headline of the day that I keep hearing me say over and over again, because your boy is a Kansas City Chiefs fan, but the Kansas City Chiefs are trading for DeAndre Hopkins. That's right. That is right. You heard it first said right after Adam Schefter. As soon as that after let it be known, your boy let it be. Let me see. Oh, and that's right. Andy Dalton was in a car crash with his family. It appears no one was hurt. Oh, the fleece. The fleece continues. It's going to be a fourth-round pick. Fourth-round pick for DeAndre Hopkins. For the cost of absolutely nothing, the Kansas City Chiefs, DeAndre Hopkins. How about that? How about that fourth-round pick? Fourth. Oh, I'm too excited. Today is a great day. It's historically a great day, and here we are being even more excited. Another guy that's a chopping block is Cooper Kupp. They want a second-round pick. I'm glad we got DeAndre Hopkins for Cooper Kupp. I've got less injury concerns about DeAndre Hopkins than I do for Kupp. Ooh, check this out. We celebrate the bag on this show. We always celebrate when someone gets paid. And Alvin Kamara and the Saints agreed to a 2-year, $24.5 million extension, which is going to keep him there through 2026. So shout out to Alvin Kamara. Shout it out. Oh, and then Mike Tomlin was by legal officials that the Minka Fitzpatrick block was legal. It was a pretty shiesty that I was not happy with. And I'm glad to see the NFL point to that being right. How about that? Well, I appreciate everybody that's popped in on this early morning show. We do them randomly. maybe we've had great success this morning. We might be busting out more early morning shows when we can. But our regular time on 9 p.m. I hope everybody checks us out then. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe, that stuff. And you have a good morning, folks. I know I am.